Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Samuel. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Victor the Analyst. So today we are going to be talking about attrition. What do we mean by attrition? Attrition is the amount of people leaving the organization, and we have retention. Retention means the amount of people still in the organization. So in this analysis, we want to know why people are actually leaving the organization. So this is a problem, and for every problem, you need to understand the problem. So we make use of a McKinsey problem statement to be able to come out with our problem statement. This is our problem statement. Our problem statement is we're trying to see how we can actually reduce our attrition rate from 20% to 5%. And the department that is affected is all the employee and the HR department. So, what is the impact of the attrition rate? That attrition rate, we actually see that is actually going to it's reduce it diminishes it's reduce productivities and it's increase recruitment and training costs. So from here, from our progress statement, we actually went down to setting our objective. Our objective is just what you want to do and why you want to do it. Our objective is just to like check for the first objective we're going to look into to check for the completeness of the data, and the other one we are going to check for the central tendency, which is the mean. Then the third one, we're going to summarize the data, checking the historical, what happened in the past based on the demographics and based on the root cause analysis. So what do we mean by root cause analysis? We'll come back to that. So let's look at the after getting our findings and our insights, they will generate actionable insights. Actionable insights for decision makings. From there, we go into formulation of recommendations. So now let's go back to our dashboard. This is our dashboard. This is how we actually did based on attrition. So we click on yes. Attrition means yes. So when we look at this, we have 16% attrition rate for overall with all the organization. But whereas in from 24 to 28 as in 64%. Now let's look at this. There's something we're actually going to notice. We see that in the what will make people leave the organization? Main reasons that will make people leave the organization could be tied to the salary, could tie to the salary, which is this, could be tied to the satisfaction and tied to distance for work. And we actually check the relationship between the age and salary, the age and salary, the years of service and salary as well. So now let's look at something. We can see that in this from our age group we have from 24 to 28, they are the one actually leaving the company the most, and they are the one that falls under the senior level because they are the one that stayed long. How do we know they stayed long? Now let's slice this. You see from 24 to 28, you can see that they are more in the senior level. You can see they are more in the senior level. Why would they say the senior level? Is that they stayed more in the organization, they've stayed longer in the organization. So let's come to the rule, the root cause analysis. We can actually see that they are the one collecting the lesser amount of money. So let's right click and I'll clear filter from this. Let's look at something. They want to compare it to other age group. You can see that in other age group from 20 to 30 are actually receiving this amount of money, while from 40 to 50 are actually receive a higher amount of money. You can see that there's a salary disparity between these two age group, and we can see that from the age from 30 to from 20 to 30 are people that have worked from 3 years and above, while from the 40 to 50 the people that are just enter the company from 0 years to 1 year. So this is what we are trying to do in our analysis. Then let's just go into it, how we can come up with something like this. So I've opened a blank. Okay, I don't think I've done that. So I'll come here and open a blank sheet. So I'll go to blank workbook. I'll create a new blank workbook. So I've created a new black workbook. So this is what I'm going to use for my analysis. I'm going to click on this arrow, then I'll click on always show ribbon. All right, let's continue. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually import our data. So let's click on the data and click on the get data drop down from file, then click on from file workbook. So the next thing is we want to we're trying to import our data right now. We're trying to get our dirty data that when you want to work with. So our data, I'm going to drop this data in my the video description, so you can download it from there. I'll go to my data is in desktop. All right, I have it right here in the YouTube video attrition. So I'll click on this and I'll click on import. All right. So this is going to take me to Power Query. So what's the work of Power Query? Power Query helps us to clean, to transform our data. So some process that we're going to, almost all the process we're going to do here is something that we can use Excel to write code and all of that. But since we have, just as if you have you want to cut down a tree and you have cutlass and you have a tractor, or let me say bulldozer. What will you use? You're going to use a bulldozer. So in our case, we are going to use a bulldozer, which is a Power Query. Power Query will give you this flexibility whereby you just have to click on a button. You don't need to write code. The system actually does the coding in the background. So this is our dirty data. We're coming up. It's coming up. So let's wait for it to come up. Yep. So we can actually see that these are dirty data, but we want to split this data by delimiter. We would should have used by each occurrence, but let's notice that in after the dollar sign we have two and we have comma. So definitely this is our salary. When we come down here, we still have the same thing, a comma. So we are not going to do split column by each of occurrence. So this is what we're going to do. We want to do right click and we'll go to split column by delimiter, yes, but we're going to choose from the leftmost till when we get to the salary, then we are going to stop at there, then we'll continue from the right hand side. So let's choose from the leftmost. I'll click on OK. So I would click here, I'll right click, I choose from the rightmost now. I'll go to split column, sorry, and I'll go to by delimiter. I'll go to from the leftmost again, no, leftmost again, click on OK, click here, right click, from the we go to split column by delimiter, leftmost, and choose an OK. One more time again, we go to split column by delimiter, so it's gonna be leftmost, then it's OK. So right click, We go to the split column by delimiter. We choose the leftmost. I'll click on OK. Now let's move on to right click again, split column by delimiter, then choose the leftmost and hit OK. Now we've gotten to the salary. We're just going to leave the salary like that. Now we start from the right hand side, split column by delimiter. Then we choose from the rightmost. Then choose OK. Right click. You see split column by delimiter. We choose the rightmost delimiter. Then click on OK. Alright. Right click. Split column by delimiter. Rightmost and hit OK. So now we have this. Okay, the next operation we're going to do is now we notice that our employee ID is right inside our data. So we're going to promote that into our header. So go to the use first row as header, click on this drop down here, then click on use first row as headers. All right, so let's check our primary key if it's actually correct. Select that. Let's see. So we have this thing to be 190 or unique as 119. So that one is perfect. Our satisfaction rate. We're gonna let me come to my view and just uncheck this column profile. We don't need this for now. So my satisfaction rates, I'll change that to O number. O number. So let me explain something. Go to add new stop. So let me explain something. This is where you change your data type. This is where you want to change your column, your header, rename your header. This is where you click on this filter to see the data points in your column. What I mean by data points is that when I click here, I'm going to see every data point inside my column. I can just come here and uncheck or probably just check one and see by clicking on OK. So this is going to give me just one data point, but I don't need that. So I'm going to cancel this. So you can see there's nothing like Control Z in Power Query. Every steps that you make is going to be shown here. You can just come here and click on this star. You're going to cancel that step. So the transaction rate, back to what we're doing, which is our analysis, our cleaning. We're going to change this data type to text. Click on that 1 to 3, change it to text. Now the satisfaction rate, we're going to change that to O number, which we have already done. The performance rate, we change that to O number. We change this to O number. The age is in O number as well. So the department, let's click on this filter, and we can see that we have marketing. So it's telling us there's an issue with our data. So why is the marketing coming out? So it's showing that there's a space in front of the marketing. So let's treat that. Right click. There's a function called trim. So go to our transform and go to trim, click on trim. So trim will already remove every leading and lagging space. So it is always mandatory. Try to in the safer side, perform trim on every text data type. Perform trim on every text data type just to be on the safer side. You might don't know which data has a leading or the lagging space in front of the data point. So now let's look at something. We can see that we're having 2017 to 2027 and 2025. You understand? So we're going to treat this now. Let's assume we've spoken to the stakeholders and they want us to remove those data that is more than 2024. They told us that data, all those people, they are ghost workers. So for us to treat that, we're going to do something which we'll first create a duration that is the age of this start date. So anywhere we see -1, -2, -3, 4, like that. So we're going to say that, okay, those years, they are more than the actual year where we are right now, which is 2024. So for us to do that, we're going to go to add column. Then under the go to the days drop down, we click on the age. Now this is the age. Then go to the duration drop down. Then click on the total years. Now we have our total years. Now change this our data type to, we're going to change it to O number. Now I would click on this filter. So we're saying that we're going to uncheck everything that has minus there. We uncheck it to -3. Then we'll click on OK. So now let's look at this. Going back to our dates, we can just click on the filter. Let's see if we still have something of that nature. Oh, we still have this. So we're going to uncheck this and uncheck this too. So we're going to remove this 2025 and 2025 here. Just uncheck the two, then click on OK as well. So that's gone. So we have 170 rows. Make sure you have 170 rows. So the next thing is the salary. Really, the salary first. We'll come back to that. The distance for work, we change that to O number. Change that to O number. So the salary is already in currency, so we don't have anything to do with that. So let's check for the employee type and check if the data points are right. Click on the filter. You can see we have full-time, full-time, part-time, part-time. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to trim first. Let's trim. Right click, go to transform, then go to trim and click on trim. So we click on this filter. You can see we have contracts, full-time, part-time, part-times. Let's cancel this. Now the next thing is we're going to do a replace value. Now right click here, then go to replace values. So we have part-time, part-times. Okay, now we're going to do part-time. Now we have part-times. No, find part-times. This is what we're going to find the part-times, then replace it with part-time. Then we'll change this to match entire cell contents. I'll click on OK. Now I'll click on this. I'll right click. I'll remove this page. It is no more needed. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we want to start doing our conditional formatting. We all know that when you go to all this Play Store, if it has to choose one, it means you're very bad. If two happens to be bad, and three is neutral, then four is good, and five can be either be excellent or very very good. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here. We want to do that on this our satisfaction rate. That wherever we see one, we equate it to be very bad. So and two will be bad, just like that. So we're going to go to add column, then go to conditional column. So now we're going to change this to satisfaction group. Satisfaction group. Okay, then click on satisfaction rates. I'll change it. Yeah, this one is going to be equals to 1. When it is 1, just give me very bad. So when is this 2? Satisfaction rate when is equals to 2, I'll say okay, give bad at close. Yeah, satisfaction rate equals to 3, and I want it to be neutral. Alright, at close, I would satisfaction rate equals to 4. That'll be good. Then the last one, just puts very good here. Could be excellent. Now icon. Okay. Alright. Then changes to text. Alright. So now we'll go to the performance. So let's go to the conditional column. So we're going to do is performance group. So this is going to be performance rate equals to 1 v bad at close performance rate equals to 2. So it's going to be bad performance rate equals to 3. Then we'll have neutral. Then performance rate equals to 4. Now we have good, and this will be V bad. V good, sorry, that will be V good. Then we're gonna click on OK. Alright, change it to text. This is gonna be text. Alright, so we've done these two. Now we want to do for the age. Now let's look at the age. The highest is 24 and the mean is 48. What I do is that I add the highest, I subtract the lowest from the highest, then I divide it by the number of beam I want to use, which is in this our case, we are going to group this our age group into 6 age group, which is 24 to 28, 29 to 32, 33 to 36, etc., etc. So we're going to use a conditional column to achieve that. So we're going to have age group here. Now this my column name will be age. I'll say this is going to be less than equals to, this is 28, and here we're going to have 24 to 28 yex at close, and this is going to be age is going to be less than equals to, so we have 32 here, and this is going to be 29 to 32 YRS. You see YRS. So I'll click on add clause again. I'll change this to age, click on age. I'll change this to less than or equals to. So this is going to be 36. So it's going to be 33 to 36. Yes. Age. I'm going to click on age here. I'm going to change this to less than or equals to. So this is going to be 40. Let's change it for 40, which is going to 37 to 40. 40 years. Again, one more time. Just one more clause. This is going to be age. I say it's less than or equals to. And this is going to be 44. Yeah. From 44, yeah, that's 41 to 44 YRS. Then this is going to be 45 to 48 YRS. Then I'll have this to be, I just click on OK. Yeah. So I'll change this to be text. Change that to text. So that's good. So back to, we've done for the age, conditional for the age. So now for the start date, we're going to leave that. I've actually done transformation on that. So the next one is going to be our salary. Our salary, I've already created the beam already, so I'm just going to read that out. Conditional column, sorry. I'm just going to read it out and just input the value. So I'll change this to salary group. Change this to salary. So I'll change this to less than equals to. So my salary is within the range of 688 dash 1847. So I'm going to put a dollar sign in front of this. Dollar sign. And then put a dollar sign in front of this as well. Oh, sorry. This should be 1847 688 dash 1847. So let's put a dollar sign in front of this. I'll put a dollar sign here. So I'll put a dollar sign here. So I'm going to add clause, changes to salary, changes to less than equals to. We'll change this to 3006, and this is going to be 1848 dash 300006. So I'll put a dollar sign in front of this, a dollar sign here as well. So I'll come here and add a clause, changes to salary. So this is gonna be less than equals to. I'll change this to this value, where it is 4165. 3007. 6 5. All right, add salary again, add another clause, changes to salary. So this is going to be less than or equals to, so it's going to be 5324. So I'm gonna have this to be my 416625324. All right, I'm gonna put the last sign for these two as well. So this one tells the system that we're dealing with numbers. Okay, 5325. Put a dash, please. 6483. So put the last sign here. The last sign. Shift. So now we're gonna hit on OK. All right, we're gonna click on OK. So let's change this to text. So we're done for the age. Now to remain the distance from work. Let's see what is left to be done. We've done for the salary, to remain for the distance from work, and the attrition with total years service. So let's do for this distance from work. Go to the conditional. So let's look at this. This is going to be distance distance YOS. So this is going to be distance from work. I want to click on this. So this is going to be 10. I've already coined that out. This is going to be 7 to 10 p.m. So distance from work less than equals to, so I'm gonna have like 13 11 to 13 km. So I'm gonna click on close. So this is gonna be 4 beam though. So this is gonna be 16 14 minus 16 km 17 minus 19 km. Alright, I will just hit on OK. So I change this to text. Alright, I feel like we can proceed. Okay, but let me confirm something from here. Let me confirm my salary. If I'm actually getting something right. Alright, let's continue from to the years of service. So years of service. So let's do this attrition. Click on this, right click and make it so we're gonna just replace value. So we know that 1 equals to yes or es. Now, oh, before I do that, let me change the type of text. Click on this, change the data type to text. So select this, right click, then replace value. Yes of service should be conditional column, sorry. Okay. YOS group. Oh, sorry. For it to contain something like this, definitely something distance. This one should be our. I don't think putting years of service is total years, which is the equals to this. This is something years of service, yeah. Let's make this to be YOS. YOS. Let me check this. Distance group. What is a distance group? So the YOS, let's change this to number, sorry. So conditional column should be in number. Let's the conditional column again. So this will be YOS group. YOS. Less than equals to YOS 1. Say entry level. Tree. This mid. Then we have the next last one, senior. Okay. So changes the text. So now let's change the attrition. Click on the attrition. Right click and say replace value. Okay, replace with yes. So click on OK. Oh, it's not coming up. Let me change this to text. No, sorry. Change this to text. Right click, paste value, replace value to, or should I replace with yes? Anyway, see here one. Click on this advanced option, check that is. So click on the 0, right click, then go to replace value. Then you have no there. No. Advanced option. And check the entire cell contents. Click on OK. OK. So now we're done that cleaning and transferring of our data. We're going to load and apply. Go to home, close and apply. So we are done here. Now left for us to now save our work. For us to continue later. So I'll go to file, go to save as, go to browse, and go to desktop. So let's save.